guys, Dave Van Auken here with Fight Bananas. We have some really big news in the MMA space. It's out there in the world right now. Ex-UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou signs with the PFL, the Professional Fight League. There's a lot of things to break down, but let's just start with that. Let's just start with Francis signs with PFL. Is it good, bad, indifferent? What do you guys think? My first gut reaction is it's good. It's good. For one, he's been on the sidelines now for a year. Francis Ngannou was the most dominant, was the baddest, was the biggest. He was the UFC heavyweight championship. So to me, Francis Ngannou is good for combat sports. We need him around. We need him fighting. We need him here. If Francis doesn't fight like he's done for the last year, it looks like for the foreseeable future for the next couple of months, that's not good for anyone. So him back in a major organization, even PFL says the number 2, they have leapfrogged 1. They have leapfrogged Bellator MMA. PFL is number 2. They have arguably the greatest heavyweight fighter alive today. So I think that's good. That's the first thing. Francis is back fighting. Okay, let's kind of break some stuff down now. PFL had a press release. For one, they said that Francis is not fighting in 2023. We're May. He's already been off a year. We got 7 more months of 2023. He's not fighting. He's not fighting mixed martial arts in 2023. So that's 1. 2, I kind of a little bit underlined, and I haven't seen anyone said this yet, exclusive MMA deal. So that tells me Francis has been pushing, has been looking, has been searching for this boxing match. Looks like he's going to get it. Looks like he's going to do something, because the PFL wouldn't say exclusive MMA deal if he wasn't going to box. Like when someone signs, they didn't say that with Thiago Santos and Jeremy Stevens and Anthony Pettis. Like when they signed these fighters, they were for the PFL. It wasn't an option to box until they became free agents again. This deal, they state exclusive MMA deal. So that leans to me, Francis Ngannou will box. And I think probably in 2023, I think that's what's actually next for Francis. So that's another thing. One is they said it's one of the most expansive and valuable athletes signing in MMA history. That is yet to be told. Like that is a broad statement. I think it's huge for the PFL. I think it's a really big deal. I think it gives it credibility. He has the argument of the greatest heavyweight alive. We don't know what John Jones is going to do. I know there's young guys coming up like Sergey Pavlovich and Jonathan Almeida, but those guys are not even close to the level of Francis. Francis, as people, it's weird. His name is really down right now, and he's dogging him because he hasn't been seen in a while, and that's just how we are as a community, especially a mixed martial arts community. When Francis was doing his thing, guys, he was the baddest heavyweight alive. He was running through people in seconds. Defeated Stipe Miocic, defeated Cyril Gane. He was doing his thing. He was the baddest man alive. And now he is property of the PFL. He is in the PFL super fight division. That's another thing. He's not going to be in the season format. He's not going to be in the heavyweights. They said Ngannou will star in the PFL super pay-per-view division in 2024. So I'm kind of like eerie on this one. Does that mean they're not going to start this pay-per-view super fight division in 2023? Does that mean Jake Paul for sure is not fighting? Does that mean Kayla Harrison's not fighting in 2023? Are we going to ice one of the greatest female fighters of the whole year for 2023? That's a little murky to me, but they do say 2024 pay-per-view super fight division is Francis. With that being said, right, we're just kind of we're cutting the onion. We're unraveling these things. Who can Francis fight? Like who can Francis really fight in 2024 that you guys, the MMA, community is intrigued about? Because there's not a lot of, let's just be honest, heavyweights get signed quickly. There's not a lot of heavyweights free agents out there. And if they are, let's just be honest, they're a little older in the tooth. So I'm really intrigued to see if the PFL is going to really set their sights on a younger fighter, try to build him up. Maybe they're going to try to see what happens in the season format and see who wins the season and try to, maybe segue them into the super fight pay-per-view division. So I'm really intrigued. And of course, there are names out there. I can say them, right? There's Junior Dos Santos. There's Verdum out there who looks like he's 29, not 45. I just saw live Big Country Roy Nelson in a game-bred bare knuckle fight. He still got the overhand right. So as many people, I know that'll be an odd poster. One's like 6'1" and one's 7 foot, whatever, But hey, Roy's got the overhand right still in the pocket. Last two kind of things. Says PFL launches Africa with Ngannou as chairman and my own minority equally owner. And Ngannou joins the PFL Athlete Advisory Board. To that, I don't know. Right, that's just that's above our heads, and it should be above our heads. It's behind the scenes and details, and that stuff means a lot to Francis Ngannou. And hey, whatever means to you means to you. I say it all the time. Some people, there's TV shows that people love and don't love. Hey, I'm a big Ted Lasso guy. It's super funny. Some guys can't stand it and they won't watch it. So to each their own, I say. And that's what's valuable to Francis. That's what he wanted, and that's what he got. So kind of in closing here, guys, big news. We've been waiting for this for months and months. Francis officially signs with the PFL. I think it's a really big deal. I think it's great news for the PFL, probably more importantly for the PFL. I think Francis was going to be able to do his thing. And it's a great time in combat sports space. I was at Game Bred Bare Knuckle. I was at Game Bred Boxing Promotions. There's a lot of open spots. There's Jake Paul and Nate Diaz in Texas next month. There's a lot of things out there that people can do. There's a lot of money to be made. So everyone was so confining Francis to, is he signing with Bellator? Is he signing with one? Is he signing with PFL? Now, it looks like Francis is going to fight for the PFL on the MMA side and can still do these fun, big media boxing type of fights and make money and do what he wants to do. And that's a great thing. It's a great thing for everyone. It's more dates. It's more pay-per-views. It's more media coverage. It's more fight posters. And that's what we love here at Fight Bananas. So there we go. Francis Ngannou signs with the PFL. We will see him in 2024. We don't know against who, and we don't know for what, but we will see Francis Ngannou fight for the Professional Fight League in 2024. I'm Dave Van Auken. We'll see you later.